Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
Hello world, my name is Leo and today we are continuing the Blueprints file. Where we last left off, we had managed to make a lot of the work rooms more common, and we continued to find some more letters. We also found our way into the basement through the foundation, but we couldn't get in because we need a key. And now we are continuing with day 13. My goals for this recording session are hopefully 1, to grab a magnifying glass and get into the dark room so I can finally figure out the combination for the orchard. 2nd, I would like to see if I can just find new rooms in general. And 3rd, hopefully get more letters for the message. Ranks 8 and 9 are still not filled out, so let's grab our allowance. Let's head outside. See what the outside room gives us. We still have our blessing, so we can take advantage of, like, if we draft the commissary, that will give us a new dice, and that will also give us money if we use the reroll dice. Also, let me, before I forget, let me write down that this is November 20th. Also, I did have a slight revelation, I think, regarding the workshop. I think the workshop, instead of having paintings, whatever letter is supposed to be there is what's carved into the stone. That's what I think is happening there. So let's go ahead, draft an outside room. Schoolhouse, add 8 classrooms. Tool shed, 2 special items. Let's go ahead and draft the tomb. I'm very curious about that. Whoa. Oh, there was a... Oh. It, like, automatically puts me on the stairs. Okay, so yeah, it's just like, if I try to go in here, it automatically pulls me towards the stairs. So these candlesticks are in the chapel. So who all is buried here? These ones are lit. Oh, interesting. These are the statues. This is the chapel. Okay, well, I know the order, kind of. Each of our journeys come to a conclusion here in the tomb. This floor plan is the definitive dead end. Or is it? What is this? Okay, hang on. So this is a 4x4 grid. Let me actually go to a different page. Yeah, let me go here. These 6 have wicks in them, and these 3 are lit. So this place and the chapel are very much connected, so I wonder if... what would correspond to this? How are these... As far as I know, these aren't lit in any particular order. Let me keep going around the edges. This coffin is unmarked. This candle's outright missing. I feel like I can hear something on the other side of that. This looks unusual. This looks very unusual. Huh. And we have flowers. Candles. Open only in the event of my death. There's a stamp here that wasn't there before. Simon. So here's where it all ends, at least for me. And of all the picturesque places of this grand estate, I chose this dreary, dank dungeon to be laid to rest. And that same dim, somber fate fell upon my father and his father before him, who loved the outdoors even more than myself. They say there is no stronger bond of servitude than tradition, and family tradition, thrice as strong. These are chains that seldom bend and never break. And I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family font of convention. What biography of your own will you forsake to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth, we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death, we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangles purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another's life at the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried underneath the great oak, overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods and the worldly mountains, and the wild holly that surrounds that trunk, a perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if by morbid example this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants in you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you strength to bend, if not break, these chains, then I would cherish this tomb more than oak and sycamore and spruce, more than the wondrous woods and worldly mountains. This cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot to commemorate the moment of your liberty, to treat this sepulchre as hallowed ground, to realize that grand gestures can be as effective as they are theatric, and to, in turn, as recompense for the freedom thus granted you, commit yourself to be buried here within this mausoleum of dreams, and when the day comes to write your own letter, to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps. As is tradition, Herbert S. Sinclair. So he's saying that only choose to be buried in this tomb if it means something to you. And if it does mean something to you, then please bury yourself here so that you can maybe inspire the next generation. And but at the same time, don't feel beholden to tradition. So I'm guessing the unmarked coffin has to be Lady Clara Espen. All right. Time to see what we can do about this. Number 1 is the hoe. Number 2 is the baker's paddle. Number 3 is the pitchfork. Number 4 is the feather duster. Number 5 is the broom. Number 6 is the riding crop. And number 7 is the scepter. Before I go down there, is there anything else in here? Oh. This music. This hasn't changed. What could this represent? What could this be? Maybe it signifies something back at the chapel? I'm so worried about missing something. This place is kind of big. Alright, let's go down. Whole second tomb. More unmarked coffins. This is so cool. Why the big cartoonish arrow? Underground map? So is this the 8th? Death? The one hiding behind? Reservoir? Excavation tunnel? What the heck? 2 is BA. What could... Hang on a sec. Let me take a picture of this. 7, that looks like almost the rotunda. Number 3 could be the map. Or number 3 could be the mine, I should say, not the map. I don't know what made me say that. I should really gather up all my blueprints photos in like an album so I can actually find them properly. Hang on, let me do that actually. Okay, now all my All my blueprint photos are in one place. Okay, so I'm curious about the room directory. So what would be a B? The cornerstone of the house, unvarying and unchanging, the foundation of the only constant in the estate on which you can truly rely. This natural cavity was hollowed directly out of the mountain itself, with its stone and earth walls displaying an underlying coarseness that the rest of the mansion conceals. Have I found a room that begins with B-A? Let me see. Tucked quietly away in the west wing of Mount Holly is the decorative bedroom of your grandmother, Lady Espen. The style you find unique in the house, a fitting tribute to her childhood home in Eraja. A floor plan so secretive it has been removed from the drafting pool to avoid anyone unwanted accidentally stumbling upon it. The secluded garden, flanked by a variety of Morajai fruit trees, has served as a private retreat to at least 2 other generations of Sinclairs. Interesting. So there's a reservoir, there's an excavation tunnel. These wouldn't happen to correspond with room numbers, would they? Like room... Oh, I haven't gotten room 7. Room 3 is the spare room. Or no, room 2... Sorry, room 2. So room 2 is the entrance hall. Room 3 is the spare room. But this is the underground map. This is not the... Oh, this is probably basement. That would make sense. So beyond the basement is some kind of reservoir. Huh. And what happens if I pull this down? And it points to that island right there. So hang on a sec. Scythe points to rock in reservoir. Bigger on right, just to make sure that I am keeping track of which rock it is since there's more than one. So what's with this arrow? Abandoned mine. Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, hang on a sec. So this is the... Hold on. What did it say about the abandoned minecart when I got there? When I opened the other mine? Okay, it just says 2 ways to move minecart that I have in my notes, so hang on a sec. That's a really long way. What the heck? Is this the rotund? The rotating one? The rotunda? Holy crap. What happens if I move this out of the way? Well, I can't get by. So I need to somehow get at it from the other side, I think. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can't... get in from here. No, I need to get in from... Okay. Best I can do is move this here. Angel Points, Dreams, basement, foundation elevator, concealed entrance, cliffside exit, minecart, fountain entrance, tomb entrance, torch chamber, rotating gear to north lever. 10, buried floor plan. There's a north lever. Taking a picture. Adding to the Blueprints album. So, cliffside exit. That has to be the boarded up. That has to be one of the boarded up areas that is by the place with the fire. 2 is the concealed entrance. 5 is the fountain. As in, like, the fountain outside? Like the fountain outside the entrance hall? 2 was in the basement. So, like, there's a concealed entrance in the basement. And I haven't seen 1. Angel Points to Dreams. As in the angel in the cloister, maybe? Concealed entrance, cliffside exit, minecart, which is 4, fountain entrance, tomb entrance, which is 6. I haven't seen 4 or 6 on either spot. Rotating gear to 9 to north lever. 10 is buried floor plan. Oh, an upgrade disc. And this looks like a... This also kind of looks like a map. Huh. Okay. I wonder if anything goes on here. Like any kind of items. Okay, well, I need to find more pieces of the underground area. Oh, I'm in the reservoir! Wait, okay, so hang on. I'm actually following the path right now. So if I open my photos, that room that I was just in is 7. And that minecart that I just moved out of the way is here. So the tomb is in the top left of the map. 3, what was 3 again? 3 is the cliffside exit. So that leads up to there. 5 is fountain entrance, so that's that thing. Does that mean, should I move the minecart back to where it was? Because if I feel like if I leave the minecart where it is right now... Whoops, I'm wasting steps. So yeah, this room is room number 7. Torch chamber. This is the torch chamber. How do I... Okay. See, I'm worried about this because... Like, if I leave it here... There's a chance that I could be able to go in that room, use the rotunda, and then come in through here. But if I leave it here, that won't be possible. So I think maybe I should leave the minecart here. I mean, if I mess it up, I mess it up. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but we will see. Okay. The scythe... Can I get in? I can't. Can I see... Does it say what room is on the other side of the reservoir? No, it doesn't. Although if I had to guess, it's probably to the north lever. And also the buried floor plan. But, okay, so... This should lead to the fountain entrance and the cliffside exit, which I'm guessing... Oh, it's flooded. Okay, well... In that case... I need to drain that. Using the pump room. Okay. Alright. If that's the case, then there's nothing else for me here. I really am curious about what the significance of the torch chamber is. I'm very hesitant to, put the minecart in a place where... I can't get around it. Okay, no, it just moves me into the front. Okay. Alright. So I think that's all for me here. All that's for me. Well, if I want to know what's really going on, then I guess I'll have to find the rest of that map. Man, what a game. What a cool discovery. Man, am I glad I did the tomb. It gave me not what I was expecting at all, and so much more than what I was expecting. Okay. Let's see if we can get this secret passage. Man. Or not the secret passage, like the magnifying glass. So I'm gonna go for items. Sleep mask is good. That'll definitely help with the fact that I used so many steps down there. And I need to draft the breaker box as well. Observatory, den, or hallway. You know what? Let's draft the observatory. How many stars do I have? I do have 7. Apples are extra delicious today. Sure, I'll take that. The observatory has a white knight. Oh, I also want to try something. I think I figured out something regarding the study. So I need to get that as well. Alright. Let's just see if we can get a good room. Let's see the bedroom. Really quick, I want to see if I can draft this. Let's draft the workshop here. Another 5 steps. see about this. Commissary would be nice. But let's draft the breaker box. And then we'll have to draft the dark room as soon as possible. Yeah, as much as I would love to draft the commissary, I think the breaker box is more important for my goals right now. Alright. We have a sledgehammer. It is. This room is G. If there were paintings in here, it would be a G. So yeah, we're all good. What items do I even have? Nope. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. All right, I need security. Would be good. Oh, and I can do the... Okay. Let me really quick... keycard system. Set security level to high. Set offline mode to unlocked. Back. Return to security menu, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh yeah, I drafted 2 dead ends, so there's 10 coins in the tomb. But do I really want to go back for that? I don't know. Enter the courtyard. So interesting. I can make the courtyard into part hallway, which is very interesting. So plus 2 gems, 5 dig spots, or courtyard is always left unlocked. I think courtyard is always left unlocked will help me a lot more in the long run. Because yeah, that'll just help me. That'll be more convenient across every single run. I mean, granted, 5 dig spots is very situational. I would need a shovel for that, and I'm not always going to have one. Plus 2 gems is always going to be good. But I have other ways of getting gems. I do think that courtyard is always left unlocked, so I have 2 doors that are always guaranteed to be unlocked, especially if I leave it for later, is going to be a good one. Yes, I do want that upgrade. Floor plan has been successfully upgraded. Heck yeah. All right. So now I have a thing. Yep, okay. So let's draft both of these. Drawing room, they're all facing the wrong way, and I don't have the gems for that. Let's go for the hallway here. And then... Dang it! Let's go for the nook here. I need to draft a commissary. Walk-in closet, chapel, or spare room. Let's just go for the spare room. I do want to see what I can draft here, though. Passageway, chapel, or corridor. I really don't want to waste the corridor like that, so let's do the chapel. And then... kitchen, storeroom, or parlor. Let's do the storeroom. Okay, I have a gem. The next room I draft will be the commissary. So the angel points. None of these people are pointing. I don't know. Let's do the parlor to get more gems. Coin purse. Perfect. Wind up key. I'm playing a very risky game by not having a lot of steps. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. That's blank. The gems are in a box that is actually blue. Okay, so if this one is false, that would mean that this one is true, but this has the word blue on it, which would contradict it, which means this one can't be false, which means this one is true. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it, which means that this one is false. The gems are in a box that is actually blue, which means that it's in this one. Okay. And we have a dead end here. I can claim the broken lever for a coat check, but I think it's safer. This will give me the steps that I need. And it gave me another gem. So yeah, I should prioritize drafting bedrooms, although I need to draft the for a second I thought that window was open. I need to draft the commissary as soon as possible. There has to be something in these. There has to be something hidden here somewhere. But I don't know what it could be. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and take my money. Church. Okay, leaving my fate up to the spare room might not have been the best idea, but right now it's all we got. So let's do it. Thank goodness I had a key for that. Let's do the den. And that opened up to the foundation. The music in this game is so good. I am 99% sure there's going to be something in here. Couldn't tell you what, but I'm like positive that there's something in here. Something else that I am just... that I don't know about. Okay, well, let's draft this. Spread gems in each green room. I don't have... I mean, garage would be good, I think. Get 3 keys. Open that up. Alright. So yes, let me go back. Foundation. Okay, good. The lever's permanently there. Let's do the passageway. That would be the most useful there. And then... oh my goodness, the commissary. Yeah. Give me that reroll. Still not playable. Alright, what do we have here? Gems, salt shaker, shovel, or key. Well, I guess I'll take a shovel. Unfortunately, no things. I'll take the salt shaker. Yeah, sure, I'll take another gem. Gems are really important right now. And then I can earn money. Okay, I have a shovel. Dig. Found a turnip. Should prove to be a nutritious snack. Heck yeah. Got more steps. I don't think there's any other rooms that have the potential for dig spots. So let's go into the passageway. I have 2 doors that are guaranteed to be unlocked, which is amazing. Laundry room, locksmith, or dining room. Let's do the locksmith. But I don't have the money for it. Let's do this. Okay. We have the dark room. And then... as much as I would love the walk-in closet, I think I need to redraw. I need a bedroom. I need more steps. Oh, the rumpus room. But no, I'll do the bunk room. That just gave me a major amount of steps. In a really big way. And bananas. Okay. Yeah, that just helped me a lot. So now... let me... oh, I don't have a magnifying glass. Shoot. Okay. Either way... foundation... den... what's the quickest way? Oh, that's a long ways. Holy crap. Okay. Thank goodness for those steps. The observatory. Boom. 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 Turn that on. And then the long trek back. Again, thank goodness I have the steps for this. And now also I have money, which means I can buy a special key. What will it be? Prism key. If you unlock a door with the prism key in a green room, hallway, bedroom, red room, or shop, you will draw floor plans of the same color. Huh, okay. Should I be keeping track of... so there's 12 major keys. Should I be keeping track of what those are? Maybe? I think the key card counts as 1. The silver key. The secret garden key. Prism key. Presumably the basement key is another one. Okay. Cool. Alright, into the dark room we go. Yeah, I have all of these. There's usually a gem or something in here. Yeah. Man, I wish I had a magnifying glass. Oh, I should have placed a special order in security. I'm stupid. Okay. Door is locked. I don't want to draw another red room. So we're going to use a regular key. Sure, we'll do the archives. Let's go ahead and draft this room as well. I would love to draft the rumpus room, actually. And this is now a dead end, so I can go in here and be fine. Let's go ahead and grab my money. Hello, Alzara. House and hose. Okay, yeah, this was one I already solved. And what does the great Alzara have for me today? Insert coin. Yes, please.
And, as it was foretold,
Mm-hmm.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face
Is it going to be new?
face with the great Alzara,
Mm-hmm.
and I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Uh-huh.
The image is becoming clear. I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both, now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair.
Familiar to us both.
I see 8 red envelopes resting upon 8 pedestals. And in these 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands.
Yeah, this one already found.
8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7.
Huh.
Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay, so house in ruins. 8 red envelopes by 8 hands can only find 7. Just like there's a letter missing, but that can't be true. It's 8 dates crack 8 safes. There are 8 safes. And if each one contains a red envelope, although maybe one of them is missing, I guess we'll see. Let's buy a lockpick kit, I think. I have enough for 3 keys, though. You know what? Yeah, let's just buy 3 keys. Because I feel like the way the rooms are right now, I'm not going to have enough rooms to even... Yeah, 6 keys is plenty for the amount of space I have left. Well, this is unlocked. Courtyard, kitchen, or archived floor plan. Let's go with the archived floor plan. The boudoir. The 4th red envelope. Alright, let's just see. I have reached rank 8. So theoretically, I do have the steps. Let's do this. Heck yeah. Oh! Coupon book. Save 1 coin on each purchase you make in the estate. Oh. Okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty handy dandy. I don't know why I said it like that. Boiled chuck stew, layered and then baked to perfection, topped with a mashed potato parmesan cheese crust. That sounds so good. Plus an additional 10 steps if you have a boiler room in your house. Let's have dinner. And then, just in case, I want to open the boudoir door. Is it unlocked by is it locked by chance? Yes, it is. Prism key. Get me another bedroom. Maid's chamber, guest bedroom, or an archived floor plan. Off the top of my head, which bedrooms required a gem? The nursery, which I've already drafted. There's the maid's chamber, there's the ladyship's chamber. Let's draft it. The aquarium. Oh, this is so cool. I always wanted to draft the aquarium. Not worth picking up. There it is, Creighton chart. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. The boudoir. The boudoir has another letter. Boat and bat. That is O. Hopefully, I'll be able to figure out. If I figure out the ones on the east wing, hopefully I can figure out that one. Okay, we're spelling out the message slowly but surely. There have to be some kind of secrets in this aquarium, right? Big fish. This is really cool, though. I really like this. Okay. I guess that's it. It just counts as every room, which means I can reap the benefits. I have 60 steps now. Holy crap. Okay. Let's go ahead and use a key. Sure, you know what? Let's have our last room be an uncommon room. Oh my god! Thank goodness I got all those steps! Okay, so hang on. The pump system. So the only people who have checked out the pump system are Gene Ribbon and Paul Withers. Okay. Taking a picture of that. Adding it to my blueprints album. Oh my god. My luck this run has been godly. Okay. The EPCW pump system is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor in-ground swimming pool and spa. The EPSCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks and aquatic house features, be it an aquarium, fountain, or a good old-fashioned swimming pool. Water level. Okay, so water control panel. Whether you're using a single tank system or array of pumps, water control panel serves as a central hub for your EPCW system. The panel is fitted with a number of buttons equal to your own home's needs, one button for each different water source on the estate. The function is simple. Press a button to select the water source you would like to adjust. For example, if you wish to drain or fill your pool, simply press the button labeled Pool. Regardless of the number of pumps or water sources being used, water can only be adjusted from a source if the corresponding button is selected. Okay. After you have selected a source using the water control panel, the next step is to set the pump associated with that source to pump either in or out. This will initiate water flow to or from one of your supply tanks. 2-tank pump lever controls the flow direction selected source. The pump. A pump may be connected to more than one tank, allowing you to store and retrieve even more water, recommended for cleaning larger Olympic-sized pools. Tank switch. In these cases, the tank a pump is using can be changed by a simple flip of the switch. Okay. Quick guide. Use water control panel to select water source. Use pump lever to set water flow direction. Okay. I'll go ahead and take a picture of this as well. All of those are going in my handy dandy blueprints album. And then, okay, so the next time I draft the library, I can order the book. Okay, so this is Chief and Chef. Oh, which I already have. Reading. I wonder... I want to check something while I have this in my possession that besides the dark room. Oh, there are windows. That's what those empty spots are for. They're for windows. Okay. Or I guess they're not for windows. But this is nice. Scrapbook. My first claim ticket. First item ever checked is the broken lever. Favorite floor plan is the archives now. Most drafted is the den now. Most paid for is security. Most time spent. That makes sense. The drawing room, because I spent so incredibly long trying to figure out where the heck to what the combination was. Haven't made any contraptions. Locksmith receipt. Key pack. 12 gold paid in full. That's my largest purchase. Don't know what these are. Maybe one day. The most avoided are the wine cellar, the veranda, and the vault. Highest grade is first for the classroom? But I didn't know how to solve the thing. I didn't know how to initiate the puzzle. Oh, well, that just means I'll have to, that must mean the classrooms must correspond to, like, 1st grade through 8th grade. Okay, let me go ahead and just do this. Door is locked. Let's use a key. There's no point in doing that. Could redraw to get myself more money, but that wouldn't do a whole lot. I would like the master bedroom. Let's re-roll. The office, which I don't have enough gems for. The laundry room. Oh well, shot in the dark. Oh, the mail room. That's actually not bad. It means I'll get items right off the bat. Oh! Did they ever prove he was the one who stole the Baron's mail? Got it. Okay. Okay, so that's the same here. Okay, so it's... No, I know what it is. It's flight and light, which is F. If... I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Alright, well... that does it for this, but we have so much more that we can get done. Because we have a dark room to investigate. Okay, first off, what do you say? Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Does that mean... Hartley's room was the servants' quarters. Wait, but that's a... Is that a red memo? So is this trying to trick me? Because it could be red, but it's not handwritten. That's hilarious that it could be trying to trick me like that. And then this... 1128. Okay. Out of curiosity, is there anything else that I can see in any of these other photos? Not that I can really tell. Okay, so I've done that. 1128. There's one more thing I want to check. It's in the Nook. Here. Does this have anything of note? Billiard puzzle notes. Order of operations. Yeah, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Sinclair's many... Antechamber appears to be sealed by all four sides. Must be a way to open. Sinclair has many... something secrets that he will take to his grave. Okay. That's really funny. Was there anything in the garage that could have used a... No, okay. I can get out here. I can get in the orchard right now. Without having to go back through all the other rooms. I can also get the money from the tomb, but I don't think that'll do me much good now. Alright, just to make absolutely sure, I'm fairly certain I took advantage of every single door available to me. Look at this. Look at the night sky. With it, this is so cool. Whoops. 1, 1, 2, 8. Man, does that feel satisfying. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with an extra 20 steps. Yes! Oh my gosh. That's huge. And of course we have... the third flame. One more left. I have no idea where the fourth one could be, though. Huh, a sundial. Gardner's logbook, April 10th, 1992. Should take note of all dates. Gardner's logbook, 4/10/92. When I first came onto the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms in the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, in as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nogula, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Espen's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Interesting. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. Hold on a sec. Okay, let me finish scrolling through the book first. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. Oh, I can't check the room directory. The majority of these, I discovered, are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. Okay. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. The majority of these I've only drafted the patio and the secret garden out of these. The soil survey. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience of such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. Oh. So I'm guessing I need... the flowers are important for the greenhouse somehow, and let me take a picture of this. So interesting. Rich soil is available in the West Wing 3rd rank, East Wing 4th rank, mostly the East Wing and then on the 7th and 9th rank. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with a much more appropriate angel, Rina. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I've only ever seen Rinna's depiction in the chapel. Cloister angel equals Orinda, and I do remember you can get a book on Orinda in the library. Oh, and that's it. I wonder if these shovels, like, upright. Write that down just in case. He doesn't say where the fourth valve is. I mean, it must be in another outside room. Like, there was one in the mine, there was one in the orchard, there was one in the classroom. There must be another room that's reliant on gas power that's, like, on the inside. Maybe, like, the hovel? Because there was someone living there. That's interesting. What is that? A little mini stool? And what are you supposed to be doing? Is there anything in these buckets? There's the bird feeder. Barrel. Okay, I think I might be done here. I think that's all I can find here. The only other permanent additions: Westgate Path, Gemstone Cavern, Apple Orchard. I have one more permanent addition that I haven't unlocked yet. I mean, it'd have to be the thing down there, right? Like, it'd have to be this. The only other place I could see being reliant on gas power would be like somewhere underground. Like the reservoir or something. Oh, I can make a wish? Can I do that again? Huh. Is there anything else that I need to find? Let me really quick see if there's any info in these that could help me. Cozy lounge furnished with couches and armchairs serves the perfect social setting for receptions and after parties. Consequently, this was one of the most popular rooms for entertaining it, and the late H.S. Sinclair was known to supply myriad parlor games. The stylish and smart clothes in this generously sized closet belonged to the former mistress of the estate, Lady Espin. Though the small dressing room has not been used in many years, is nevertheless kept open and preserved in the state you now find it. Very modest, used for storage. Regular house fair, but the junior members of the staff utilize its statuary, store articles, knickknacks, power place in the state is yet unknown to them. Interesting. Dedicated storage space filled with from end to end with a surplus of chairs, carpets, paintings, and a handful of other things that have once Had at one time been in vogue and on display in other rooms of the house. A uniquely modern fashioned gaming room. The rumpus room is provided. You know what? I don't need to do this. Right now, at least. So, really quick, I guess the last thing I'd want to check. Oh! Let me place a special order. Okay. Staff services. Special orders. Place a special order. I guess I don't really need the magnifying glass anymore right now. The brass compass is still a mystery to me, so we're going to order the brass compass. Approve order. Order accepted. Is there anything I can make using what I found? I found the magnifying glass. And I found the coupon book. And I also found the shovel, I guess. Okay, so no, I cannot do any of that. So, I guess I'm done. Special key was sold out. I used that prism key. I'm almost done with the message. I just need these 4 rooms. Right? Yeah. I just need these 4 rooms. And then hopefully I can guess what this room is. Because that's the one that's chart and crate. And I still have no idea what that could be. So, yeah, I guess let's go ahead and call it a day. I think. This was a really big progress day. But this was so unexpectedly amazing. Like, I got so much done. I discovered new rooms. I got the magnifying glass for the dark room, opened the orchard, and like, the tomb is just a whole sea of mystery, and I'm just so intrigued. Okay, let's go ahead and call it a day. This hurts a little bit, the fact that I'm going to be losing this, but yeah, let's go ahead and call it. There's nothing more for us here. A respectable inn, because I drafted 6 bedrooms. Steps taken 117, heck yeah. Only 2 new rooms. I guess that's true, the aquarium and the tomb. Alright. That took 2 hours. Wow. And you know what? We're going again. We're saving and we're continuing.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.